Good morning, buongiorno, buenas noches. Welcome to Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful you are here with me today. This podcast is unedited because life is unedited. As always, we'll get started with a question and whatever activity you engage in to explore your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, please feel free to do. So today's first question is, what season am I currently in? What season am I currently in? So we've talked about this on the podcast before, really understanding as we are going through and checking in with ourselves, creating space for self-reflection and exploring, as I mentioned in the intros, exploring our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. It's really important to understand where we are in this present moment. So a lot of times you'll hear me say season. I think I'm just the season that I'm in, I'm very aware of the parallels between just nature and the human experience, trees and growth and, all those types of things. So the seasons, when you hear me say that, it's basically your moment, right? Your present. So who you are right now, not who you were a year ago, not who you're going to be in 10 years, not who you were 5 years ago. You see where I'm going with this? So that's what I mean by your current season. And one reason that I like to bring this up is a lot of the times we'll set goals or we will think about some of the things that we want to do or want to partake in, want to learn about, and then we never check in again. And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to have this podcast, because if you're not checking in with yourself, right, as you are changing, as you are growing, as you are evolving, that's sometimes when things can get a little sticky, right? Things can start to make less sense because you're as you're changing. Think about it this way. Let's say you start a friendship. The first few months of the friendship, you guys are probably talking about pretty simple things, right? But if you've had a friend for 15 years and you're still talking about, the weather or your favorite colors, very surface level types of things, there's something that would be a little weird. That's not how relationships work. There are, what do you want to call it? Even levels, if you think about it. That first level where you're getting to know each other. You're building trust. You're trying to see what your likes and dislikes are, and if you actually want to spend time with that person. But 15 years later, that person should be, if we're talking about a friendship, someone who you can really, really count on. Someone who knows you in ways that, other people might not know you, right? So as you're changing and growing and you're shifting and learning different types of things, you want to give yourself that opportunity to continue to change and grow. And give yourself the opportunity to continue to check in with yourself as you change and grow, to make sure that you are aligned, right? As you're moving, that your values and what you consider to be your priorities are aligned. So when you think about what season am I currently in, I would say really start with whatever it is that you are struggling with, whatever's at the top of your mind. So if that's what season am I currently in with how I want to eat, or what season am I currently in with who I want to share my time with, what season am I currently in with the topics that I'm interested in. What season am I currently in with the types of communities that I want to be involved with? So those are a few examples, but really explore this in whatever way works best for you. I'm definitely here to help and kind of prompt and get you started. But what I really want you to be able to do is just take your intuition and just let it flow. Flow with it, flow with your curiosity, flow with wherever it is that you need to go, and really trust that you are having those thoughts for a reason, or you're having those feelings towards one way or the other for a reason. So those are the questions I had on my heart today. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If this podcast has been helpful, please share it, because if it was helpful for you, it's probably going to be helpful for someone else. As always, please rate, review, let me know how your journey of reflection and exploration is going. Wherever it is you're listening to the podcast, on whatever platform, please go ahead and send that rate or review. And until next time, take care.